Uniswap CEO debunks allegations over deployment costs. Hayden Adams, Layer 2 Uniswap CEO, publicly refuted allegations surrounding the exchange's deployment costs on Layer 2 platforms. He claimed they've never charged for protocol deployments. Last updated September 12, 2024 at 17:18 GMT. 3. Journalist Hassan Shittu about author Hassan, a CryptoNews.com journalist with years of experience in Web3 journalism, brings deep knowledge across crypto, Web3 gaming, NFTs, and play-to-earn sectors. His work has appeared in Author Profile Share, copied last updated September 12, 2024 at 17:18 GMT. 3. Why trust CryptoNews? With over a decade of crypto coverage, CryptoNews delivers authoritative insights you can rely on. Our veteran team of journalists and analysts combines in-depth market knowledge with hands-on testing of blockchain technologies. We maintain strict editorial standards, ensuring factual accuracy and impartial reporting on both established cryptocurrencies and emerging projects. Our long-standing presence in the industry and commitment to quality journalism make CryptoNews a trusted source in the dynamic world of digital assets. Read more about CryptoNews. A recent controversy surrounding Uniswap's deployment costs erupted on Twitter, where allegations were made against Uniswap's financial dealings with Layer 2 L2 platforms. The dispute began when a Twitter user questioned why Uniswap, a leading decentralized exchange, hasn't expanded more aggressively into L2 networks. The conversation quickly spiraled into claims of Uniswap receiving substantial payments for deploying on L2S, particularly with Celo, which allegedly provided $10 million to Uniswap and another $10 million in user incentives. Uniswap CEO Hayden Adams publicly refuted these claims, clarifying that neither Uniswap Labs nor the Uniswap Foundation have ever charged for protocol deployments. Uniswap deployment costs. Celo blockchain paid $10 million in charges. The controversy began with a simple question posed by a Twitter user: why doesn't Uniswap deploy to more L2S? Or cost them nothing? This inquiry sparked a broader debate about the motivations behind Uniswap's deployment strategy. Another user implied that Uniswap should charge for such expansions, hinting at the financial opportunities available from L2 platforms eager for high-profile integrations. The conversation intensified when a third participant claimed that Celo had provided Uniswap with $10 million, specifically to facilitate deployment on its L2. Furthermore, an additional $10 million was purportedly allocated for user incentives related to trading carbon credits. These assertions painted a picture of Uniswap potentially engaging in selective deployments based on financial incentives rather than purely technical or community-driven reasons. The dialogue took a critical turn when Alexander, another participant, suggested that Uniswap's lack of a fee-taking token model might be a fundamental reason behind its limited expansion. He argued that without direct financial incentives, Uniswap has no real motivation to increase its number of deployments, as this would only incur more costs without significant benefits. Alexander also noted that many L2S suffer from low trading volumes, making any associated fees from Uniswap's front end unlikely to outweigh deployment and maintenance costs. Uniswap CEO Hayden Adams responded and refuted all claims. The growing speculation and critical commentary prompted Uniswap CEO Hayden Adams to address the allegations directly. Adams responded to Alexander's particularly provocative tweet, which mocked the idea of paying substantial sums for Uniswap deployments. Adams stated, "I rarely engage with forks trying to bait engagement, but for the record, this is completely false. Neither Uniswap Labs nor Uniswap Foundation have ever charged for a protocol deployment." This public rebuttal was intended to dispel the misconceptions circulating on social media and to reinforce Uniswap's commitment to its core principles of transparency and neutrality in protocol deployment. Adams's response countered. Despite the heated debate on Twitter, he claimed that Uniswap has not monetized its deployment process. Adams's rebuttal reminds us of the challenges faced by decentralized platforms in maintaining their principles, amidst growing scrutiny and competition within the blockchain ecosystem, especially at a time like this for Uniswap. Earlier this month, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, fined Uniswap Labs $175,000 for illegally offering leveraged and margin retail commodity transactions in digital assets without proper registration as required under the Commodity Exchange Act CEA. The CFTC found that Uniswap Labs' decentralized trading protocol allowed users to trade leveraged tokens, which must be conducted on a CFTC registered contract market. The transactions also failed to meet the required 28-day delivery rule for commodities, violating CFTC regulations. On the Wise side, Uniswap Labs cooperated with the investigation, which resulted in a reduced penalty. However, some deemed the penalty disproportionate to the alleged violations and noted that Uniswap Labs had already taken steps to limit access to leveraged tokens. Alongside CFTC's charges, Uniswap Labs faces potential enforcement from the SEC, which issued a Wells notice in April. This also signals possible securities law violation, especially coming from the SEC. Follow us on Google News.